Welcome to This Healing Life. I'm Jim Sacamano. I've had the great privilege of working with thousands of people in my medical practice over the past 45 years. Those people and that experience have taught me a lot, and I'd like to share some of what I've learned with you. I have found that most people really appreciate being healthy themselves and seeing health in others. We don't like seeing anyone suffer with ill health. And we don't like feeling helpless when it comes to dealing with health problems. But beings do suffer with health problems, at times horribly so. And sometimes we feel powerless to help. And while as a physician I did the best with the methods I had, I found that we also have access to healing power beyond what any ordinary health method can offer. A power that pervades the universe and that we can tap into and use to bring out the health in all of life. This power is completely natural to us. In fact, we've been using it all our life, but mostly in haphazard ways. The good news is that we can focus this power for healing when we understand how it works. Now, I'm not the only one who has seen this. Many people in the past know this to be true. This healing life is dedicated to helping all people find this healing power and use it to meet everything in life, the pleasant and the difficult, sickness, stress, conflict, everything in a healing way. When we do this, we will have a big view of our healing process, and we will be empowered to heal in the best way possible. Whatever illness or problem we face, we will feel better, and things will go better, and we can help ourselves and others. I have seen this work. It takes practice, but we can all do it. So let's begin. Years ago, I learned that good healing starts with a good question. So here's the question. What is health to you? When I address this issue with people in the past, I've gotten a variety of answers. Some have never really considered health in that way. Some say health is just feeling good or feeling that everything inside is working right. For some, health is getting over a specific illness like heart disease or depression, or balancing their chi or doshas. Some say health is in God or enlightenment. Now, I wonder, do any of these definitions of health fit for you? I admit I like them all. And I've yearned for every one of these at some point in my life. And fortunately, we can help in some of these ways some of the time. But are any of these ideas of health a real picture of health? When our view of health is broken into pieces like this, our path to health is also broken into pieces. And while we might feel better at times with a splintered view of health, we ourselves are left in pieces as well. To heal means to bring back to wholeness. How can we get back to the wholeness we want if the means we use to get there are themselves in pieces? Clearly, we need to heal the way we heal. Until we heal not just our present illness, but also our overall approach to healing, we will be left with a sense of some defect in our existence, some lingering question about who we are, and we will feel frightened by life and the challenges that are always part of life. We will feel at the mercy of the whims of nature and the vagaries of our healthcare system and health methods. We will feel like victims, and when we have an illness, we will likely try to fight our illness rather than embrace the power and goodness in our life. All this blocks our healing path, but we needn't be caught in any of this. Health is by its nature whole, complete, and actually the very basis of our existence. And we can access that deep wholeness in our life and in our healing process if we wish. If we want to heal in a truly holistic way, we need to heal not just our various illnesses, but our healing process itself. That means going to the deepest source of healing, our mind. We process all things, illness, health, healing, everything in our mind. And when we understand mind, we will see how mind is a natural healing instrument. In fact, we will see that mind is the ultimate healing instrument. So let's take a look at how mind works. First, mind is not a thing, but a process through which we relate to everything else in life. Healing through mind isn't necessarily taking meds or psychotherapy. Things like that can be helpful at times. But healing through mind is much deeper than that. Healing through mind involves going into mind and seeing how its natural function is to shine basic health into our life. When we understand how mind works as a healing process, we will know how our life can work as a healing process as well. Most of the time, we focus our attention on the contents of mind. That is, our experience, our pain, our pleasure, our happiness, sadness, and so on. Now, this is a normal response. It's almost like a reflex, and that can help us sometimes in the moment. But because we don't access the underlying mind that works with those things, focusing on surface experience always results in temporary, partial benefits at best. When we spend our energy on mind's contents and ignore its natural healing core, we stay stuck in the superficial aspects of illness and of healing. In deep healing, we go right to the mind itself and use its processes, not in those reflex ways, but in the healing way that is its nature. There are three fundamental aspects to how our mind processes experience, corresponding roughly to the windows on this website. You can get a sense of how this works if you recognize how we experience our life as like a movie. When you watch a movie, you generally see what looks like one continuous story. But if you slow things down and look closely, you will see that what seems to be one ongoing experience is actually a series of still shots, moving by so quickly that you don't usually notice the spaces between each shot. Even digital projection is based on some part of the electronic machinery turning off and on moment by moment. So our mind processes life as a series of moments of experience, separated by a series of spaces. And then you can see how we connect those momentary experiences, one to the other, by a storyline, either in the movie or in our life. You can see this process at work if you look at your experience right now. If you look carefully, what do you see? At some point you see a series of little flashes of all kinds of experience. Parts of this video, my voice, your thoughts, your reactions, memories of things from the past or things you need to do, all kinds of images and feelings that initially seem to run together, but which on further examination are separated one from the other by a corresponding series of spaces or gaps. Whatever we are feeling or doing, we have experiences embedded in and separated by gaps. Without these gaps, we would have one experience that never stops. And then we can see that in our experience we have the story of our experience. In this case, I suppose, each of us considering ways that we heal. We generally focus on our experience and overlook the gaps between each experience. But the point is that there is enormous healing power in those gaps, just waiting for us to claim. These gaps are our mind's natural openings through which it offers its healing energy to us. Thus, the first step in deep healing is learning to use those spaces in a healing way. Ordinarily, we fear space. Maybe space as the unknown seems too challenging, or it seems boring. But without space, life would be like singing a song with only one endless note. Now, talk about boring. All life arises from space. Our heart can beat because it has a space deep inside. We depend on space. If we recoil from space, we make our world solid, heavy, and eventually dull and lifeless. We get into a sickness state of mind. So we need to accept and work with space in our mind, in our experience and in our life. If we really want to understand our life, to unify our healing process, and to heal. In getting back to wholeness, we will work with the healing power of space through what are called the 4 postures of our body. These postures are lying down, standing, walking, and sitting. These ordinary body postures show us space and help us make friends with space in simple, tangible ways. There are literal ways of using these postures, but there are also much more alive and engaging ways involving ordinary life activities that we already do and that we actually love to do. So you can see we can actually heal through love, not someone else's love, our love. And the idea of this book is not to tell you what to do, but help you find what you love and what works for you. When we make friends with space in these ways, we will connect with the inherent health always in our body, regardless of our physical condition. We can then bring our inner health out to our life and our world. We will make friends with the space in our mind, also through what we call the 5 wisdom energies. Working with the healing power of space and mind and body in these ways is a very intimate, personal process that anyone of any or no religious inclination can use. This is a basic human path to healing. Next, if you wish, you can also work with the way mind processes the actual events or forms of experience for healing through a traditional Buddhist practice called Medicine Buddha. This practice may seem to work indirectly at first. We can't usually just jump in and change the particulars of what's happening in our life all at once. If we have an illness, that's what we've got. But we can change the storyline we use to hold the experiences of that illness together. And in doing so, transform our relationship to that illness away from struggle towards bringing out the healing power hidden in even that illness. We may have the same illness, but we can see it and live in it in a better, more healing way. And as time goes on, we can see and take advantage of other, more healing experiences that we had previously overlooked. In this practice, we harness healing forces that pervade the entire universe and that can be used to help both ourselves and others. You can connect with Medicine Buddha in the second window of this site, the Heart of Healing. Finally, since our prime healing instrument, our mind, processes all experience through the play of space and form, making friends with the healing power inherent to the space and form functions in our mind brings all healing methods, everything we will ever need or do for healing, together into one comprehensive healing vision that can benefit us in any situation. We can live our life in health, no matter what is happening. We need never be desperate. We can smile from our heart, and that smile will power all healing to work better. All these approaches to healing arise from our natural human goodness. We can all do this. Thank you.